Hello, everyone. Do you love pumpkins? Well, we do. Hi, I'm Nancy O with Cooking with Nancy O. This is my husband, Rick,
Morning.
and we are very excited to share our pumpkins with you today. What was it, about 2 weeks ago, we went to a festival, and you just have to see this pile of pumpkins they made. And at the end of the festival, they sell them all off. It was just incredible to see how big this was. And they do this every single year. And it's a very exciting time of year for us.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk about pumpkins that we have grown. We started with over 50 pumpkins seedlings, and the deer ate them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our Cinderella pumpkin, our fairy tale.
Our fairy tale.
Fairy tale, it's called. And it's still growing on the vine, and Rick has put wire under it to hold it because we have it on a big trellis. And then we have another little bonus pumpkin that showed up. I hope he has time to change into orange. He's growing in the blue pumpkin spot, so we're a little confused where he came from. And then our other favorite thing to grow are gourds. And we did not have any gourds to grow except for one this year, and it's a loofah. Can you see how long that is? Well, when it's ready, we will show you how you get the loofah out of there so you can then use it. It's all encased inside of that, and they grow very, very long. So I found that very exciting that we could grow loofah in the backyard. And Rick was like, what is this? What is this? And okay, let's talk about pumpkins because I love pumpkins. So we're going to show you some pumpkins that we have here. And these two we grew on our towers because you can grow smaller ones on the towers. And then these two will also grow on the towers. We just did not put any on the tower. These are pie pumpkins, and these are great for baking with. Now, the trick to keeping pumpkins lasting a long time is you need to cut a very long stem on them when you're growing them. See how this stem broke off? Well, what happened was it's starting to get soft on the bottom, so we have to cook it up today, and so it doesn't go bad. So I'm now going to start handing pumpkins to Rick because we have a really fun thing we did over the weekend with our grandson. We watched him for a couple days, and we took him to the pumpkin patch. Now, hang on, because I'm going to slide this guy over here so you can see him. I'm trying to get a good shot on him. Okay, Rick, do you want to unwrap? Okay. So this, our grandson designed the face for this, and we let him cut it. But in order to keep it till Halloween, well, we're actually having our Halloween party early because we have a wedding. Where's his face? This way. Okay, let's see if we can get that face in there for you. Isn't that fun? Okay, now I'm concerned about it going bad from now to Halloween. Next weekend. So Rick, tell them what you did.
So we took some lemon juice and water, mixed it together in a little sprayer, and sprayed it on all the cut edges. And then you wrapped it in the saran wrap and kept it in the refrigerator. It slows down the whole process of it breaking down and possibly or potentially going bad.
So the best part about this is he took forever to find the perfect shape, the biggest one, which he did not get the biggest one.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was so much fun to do this with him over the weekend. And here, I'm going to slide this towards you, Rick,
Okay.
because I want to get this in the camera. This is the pumpkin seeds that came out of it. And you know, if you take and pull all these seeds and bake them, that is really good, and it makes for a great snack. So we're going to do that today. And when you bake the pumpkin seeds, you can add any type of flavoring you want to it. Okay?
Move this guy out.
Move this guy out and that. We're going to start talking about cookies. So I ran across this healthy pumpkin recipe for cookies. It's only 3 ingredients. You can have an additional 4th ingredient, which we added. And I love it that we have healthy cookies. There's no flour in here. The sugar is maple syrup, and it has oats and the pumpkin. So after you cook your pumpkin up and you scrape the insides, you then have the pulp. Now you're going to say that's not pumpkin because it's white. Well, this is a white pumpkin we had that we cut up and cooked, and we had it in the freezer. So we pulled it out of the freezer to use for these cookies. But if you want orange pumpkin cookies, then use an orange pumpkin. Pumpkins come in all colors, guys. I mean, they are so fascinating. You can almost get an orange red. The white ones are gorgeous. I mean, it's just amazing when you see these. So we are going to start putting this together, and it's basically just adding all the ingredients. The fourth ingredient we added was chocolate chips. So I love to have a little bit of chocolate in mine, but our grandson, the oldest grandson, loves chocolate. So when I have a healthy recipe, in order to get him to eat it, I throw some chocolate chips in it, hoping that he'll get the benefits of the health benefits. So I'm going to step out of the way and let Rick. Rick, can you?
Yeah, go ahead and mix it up.
Yeah, I'm letting him because I'm still on a crutch, guys. So, okay. Go ahead.
I'm good.
So he's going to add the pumpkin to it.
Just 2.5 cups.
Move you this way. You need to come this way so everybody can see you.
Okay.
Okay. So we have 2.5 cups of pumpkin. We're going to add only a fourth a cup of maple syrup. And then we'll give you some tricks with this about baking it. And then he's going to mix this all up. And while he's mixing that, I'm going to tell you that pumpkin is so good for you. It supports your immune system. It's full of vitamin C. It's a good source of vitamin A, which is good for your eyes, and then fiber. So you can roast pumpkins. We do a lot of cooking our pumpkins in the puree and then freezing it so we can make things with it later. And I was very excited to come across this recipe.
Get it all wet.
Yep, that's all there is to it.
Throw the chocolate chips in.
Oh.
And we just used a cup of chocolate chips. If you want to use the minis, use the minis. Or if you don't want any, don't use any.
And if you don't want this much chocolate in it, because it is a lot, you can cut the amount of chocolate chips you put in. This recipe is so fast and easy. So if you were using an orange pumpkin, they would be colored orange. But our grandson's also kind of picky on things, so this might be better for him.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're just going to roll these up into balls and put them on the cookie sheet. And then the big thing about it is you have to flatten them before you put them in the oven. So we're just going to flatten them down a little bit. And then I'm going to magically get the ones that are already done.
Okay. We'll get these ones out of the way then. Move this.
And this is what they look like when they're done. Now, we played around with the baking time because when you use fresh pumpkin, it's more moist. So you have to be really careful with it. Some of these are a little doughy inside. So what we did is we baked them on 350 for 10 minutes. And I would go at least 12 minutes. We tried to flip it to convection oven and they didn't quite get done. So I suggest you don't use a convection oven on it. And they are absolutely delicious. And I noticed Rick's not running over here for his sample. Uh-oh, he's washing his hands now. So you can tell that they're, get them a little golden brown. These are, I think these need to be a little bit more golden brown.
Okay.
Rick, we stole all the towels. Yeah. He's trying to dry his hands. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to let you try it.
I already know. It's good.
We know it's good because we sampled them already. Do you think it has too many chocolate chips?
No, not for me.
But health-wise, we could cut back on the chocolate.
Probably do half.
I think they're delicious. The outside is crunchy, the inside is gooey, and they have a great taste. Mm-hmm. When you use fresh pumpkin, it's not overly pumpkin tasting. You can use canned, I know that they add dyes to the canned pumpkin, so we like doing this. Fresh pumpkin is so wonderful to cook with, and I love the fact that I can grow them on my towers. As a matter of fact, it makes me very excited when I see a pumpkin growing, don't I?
Yeah.
And I think we got 4 of them off the towers this year, so I was quite pleased with that. So I want to know what your favorite pumpkin recipes are, because I want you to try this and tell me if you like it. If you have a different healthy pumpkin recipe, I want to hear about it because I love pumpkin. Pumpkins can be used in chili. They can be used, if you chunk them up, you can put them in stews. And there's so many ways to eat them. And when I was being raised, we never did that as a kid. So, so
Yeah.
we made our kids paint faces on pumpkins so we could cut them and use the pumpkin inside of it. It makes a very nice, moist pumpkin bread instead of using cans. So, guys, if you have a great pumpkin recipe, I would absolutely love to hear about it. If you want to grow them on our towers, we will be happy to tell you how to do that. It would have to be an outside growth, not inside. But right now we're growing lettuces inside and some greens for the winter. So you guys have a great week. We're going to sign off now and enjoy another cookie.
Always.
Always.
You bet.
These are really good, guys. You should try them. And until next week, you guys have a safe week. And I am looking at something for green tomatoes for next week because we pulled a bunch of green tomatoes when it started to frost here, and we have to use those green tomatoes up. So look for a green tomato recipe next week. See you next week. Bye.
Bye. Tastes great.
These are a great breakfast cookie,
Yeah.
don't you think? I would eat these for breakfast.
They're not overly sweet.
No, but you have to cut the chocolate chips in half. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely love it. They're amazing.
I bet they're supposed to be moist like that, though.